Dear brothers and sisters, today I want to say about the war, not about our mission, but we know that on February 24th the war broke out between Russia and Ukraine, and I felt really depressed during these days. I could not even think clearly, because this is something that I knew that could happen, but I did not want to believe that there will be a day when this happens. Well, just want to share with you some of thoughts that I have regarding what's happening, at this point. Why this happened, how come, and how do we react to what's going on, what might happen in the near future. How is this, what is the spiritual meaning of what's going on? Just to share some thoughts about it. Well, first of all, I think it's quite strange when people worry about economy, about politics. Ukraine becomes part of Russia, Russia becomes part of Ukraine, or China invades Taiwan. What's gonna happen? Well, the first thing is that every day we have hundreds of people die. Children, including children, older people, people who had nothing against anyone. They just die. Today there will be so many people die. Well, this is much more important than any swift or economic lockdown or stuff like that. I mean, who cares about these things when the person dies, who lived and who could live longer. And and this is not to say that this is the most important thing. People die it's super important, but the struggle between Christ and Antichrist, the coming deception of the world by Satan, is something which is even more important than life or death of an individual. So in this context, we look at the Gospel of Matthew, Gospel of Mark. Every Gospel is talking about the end of times, the last days, years before the end of the world. And in Matthew 24:7, we read that people will arise against people, and kingdom will rise against kingdom, and there will be famines and pandemics and earthquakes in many places. And in Matthew 10:21, the Lord says that brother will give over brother to death, and father son, and children will rise against their parents and will kill them, will put them to death. And this is what's happening now. What's going on now? First, it should break our normal understanding that, well, there is these Orthodox countries which all come from baptism in Dnieper, and these Kiev kingdom developing and is getting more and more mature in Orthodox faith, and it's so glorious, so good, and the overall in the whole world the society is getting more and more moral and developed, and it's 21st century, and nobody is gonna kill anyone. all these myths, all these fairy tales, they're just breaking apart, and we see that there is nothing, no faith in majority of the people. What's going on now shows that okay, most people, they are far from God. These stories about Orthodox countries, it's all just stories. It's not real anymore, and it was never real. At some point there were more people who had faith, but after this 70 years of atheist regime, of all these killing all the priests, destroying the churches, just swiping everything away, the people in Russia, Ukraine, they were deprived of religion, deprived of faith, and it was not restored after this collapse of Soviet Union. It was not really restored back. And myself, I'm quite familiar with the situation, Ukraine, Russia, from times of Soviet Union. I went many times to Ukraine, and because I have a lot of relatives in Ukraine, every summer we went there for summer break, and it was just going to another part of the same country, and it were same people, same language, everything the same. Okay, at that time nobody could even think of something like war between Ukraine and Russia. It would be complete nonsense. Okay, if you would say that that could happen one day, nobody would believe you. But later this hatred was promoted every year, more and more, during 30 years, and it brought to what we have now. These are the results, okay, of this hatred, this nationalistic propaganda, okay, and this also a lifestyle of the money most important. That's why these young people, they go there to fight because of money, not because they love their homeland or something. It's all about money. Okay, because when this happened in Donbass, I went there quite a few times, and I saw those soldiers who were fighting. Well, there were like 200 soldiers, and I came there, priest. Nobody cared. They cared about showing their machine guns to each other, about those things. But priest, what are you doing here? Okay, so these are the people who are fighting. What Orthodox? There is nothing Orthodox there. Okay, they're ready to fight. They're ready to kill. Most of them do it for money. Okay, and this is the outcome of this atheistic time. Okay, that there is a whole generation of people who don't care about anything, about faith, about morals, about other people. They're ready to kill, no problem. They go and they do it, and they're going to be killing each other. Okay, so this is what's going on there right now. Okay, we should not have any expectation that, oh, now it's Orthodox country, everybody's gonna be okay, Christian, and no. Orthodox Church is just few people here and there, okay, and hope that everybody who is listening to me can be part of this Church of Christ, okay, the true Church of Christ. And these are the members of the true body and blood of Christ. And there are very few everywhere. In Russia, in Ukraine, in all countries, it's just individuals, just few people. This is the flock of the Lord. But the whole world is in this darkness, in this hatred. Okay, and this is why it's very naive to expect that war would not happen. Sooner or later, it would happen. Okay, so why this happens? I think part of the reason that is happening right now is that the plan of the Antichrist to remake the world, okay, to introduce the new system, this electronic concentration camp that people will be willing to accept. They will be craving for it. In order to do that, this COVID thing is already used up. Okay, whatever could be done is done, and basically people are tired of this, and it's not enough. Okay, so this is why it's important to create chaos, war, some crisis. Okay, to stir up the situation in the world. And this is the new step, okay, in this Antichrist plan of reformatting this world. And they have some agenda by 2030 to reach some goals, okay. And in the Bible we read, okay, that they said, give us a king. Everything is so bad that we need a king to come and rule us. So the situation is going to get worse and worse before the people cry and ask, give us salvation. Give us salvation. Through this system of electronic control, through the more unified government of this world, through some kind of measures. Give us this salvation, and this salvation is gonna come. It is gonna be anti-Christian. So this is all part of one scheme, and I will be happy to be wrong. I will be happy that it just happens. Okay, it just happens. Okay, but it seems that it's not so easy, not so straightforward. Okay, so what can we do at this point? Every one of us, I think this is the best time now for the prayer, to put more effort into prayer. Don't think that it's for nothing. Okay, I cannot influence anything. Nobody is hearing my prayer. I cannot pray. I don't know how to pray. No, just pray as you can. Pray for the people in Ukraine, for all these people who suffer, who die, for those who have hatred and those who hold the arms, that the Lord may give them meekness of their heart, break their hatred, their evil intentions, okay, lead them to repentance, that he may stop these plans of Antichrist from being achieved. Okay, what we should not do, I think now, to watch the news all the time, what's going on, this you will get crazy. Okay, you will just have myself, I cannot stand it. If I watch now what's happening, how all these people are killed here and there, it just breaks my heart. And I think you'll just have psychological problems if you do that all the time. Okay, so now it's better not to watch that too much. Okay, not to follow that too close. If you want to stay calm, reasonable, be able to make the right decisions, okay, it's better to distance yourself a little bit from the news what's going on right now. Okay, and also there is no use in spending hours in this chatting, Facebook or something. Some people now chatting who is bad, who is good, what's gonna happen. Just wasting their time. Okay, it's better just leave it aside and pray. Okay. Also, of course, we hope for good, but we need to be ready for bad. I don't want to scare anyone. I don't want to promote some phobias, okay? But just to say what might happen, okay? We might have a big war breaking out. Maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, the things are either gonna settle down in about a couple weeks, okay, or it's gonna get worse and worse, and it's gonna be big. Okay, I think there are two options. If it's gonna be big, maybe biological, even atomic weapons can be utilized. Okay, this is we cannot say it's impossible. With what's happening, it is also possible. Okay, the Russia might be completely blocked from the world. Okay, that means that no flights, no, it's already done. Okay, but also no shipments, oil, gas. Okay, is gonna bring the world to a big economic meltdown, very big. Okay, which means that many countries gonna suffer from hunger, and it's gonna be like really bad. Okay, we might have internet restricted. Okay, we might even have some digital shutdown. Okay, that all the power plants and okay, airports and everything is gonna just go off. Okay, all the governments, all the agencies, like so that might happen also. Why not? Okay, so we should be ready for all these things. Okay, and we should not have fear. Okay, we can have sorrow about what's going on, about people suffering, about world going into this darkness, but we should not have any fear. This must bring us closer to Christ, awake us to prayer, to deeds of mercy. This is the time that when Christ is looking, watching every one of us. How do we react? What do we do? Okay, and most importantly, we should be aware of the spirit of Antichrist that is deceiving everyone and is hoping that everybody is gonna receive his system. Okay, be willing to receive his regime and his system. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but this is what is going to be advancing more and more and more. May the Lord keep us from all this evil, strengthen our faith, and give us wisdom and loving heart that is ready to sacrifice our own time, our own energy for the sake of others around us. May the Lord bless every one of you and keep you from all the evil that there is out there and will gonna be more, unfortunately. God bless. I mean.